Welcome everybody to Dover for the Elite iRacing Series tonight. Obviously, we are at Dover. I just said that. 100 laps tonight. I am Justin Krasneski along with Vic Bloom. What do we have here tonight? We have 27 cars starting the race. This is race 3 of the second half of the playoffs?
Yes, it's race 3, I believe. That's what it
Race
says.
3.
That's what it says in this.
So we have like 7 or 8 left. I don't know.
Yeah,
Ignore me.
yeah, it's race 3.
We're going to run through the starting grid real quick. I'm going to do the first 10 for a change because I said so. On the pole tonight, Joshua Fern, a 00 car. Next to him, a newcomer, Blake Griffith on the front row. In the second row, last week's winner, Tyler Riggs with Ethan Burrell. Matt Arcara, Kendall Noah Player in row 3. Peter Hayward and Brandon Key in row 4. Kyle Pokrefke and Andrew Rucker round out the top 10.
I'm not going to lie to you, I can't see that stuff.
Okay, I'll keep going then. Anyways, Joe Torres is going to start 11th. Chris W. Jordan will start 12th. Kyle Oskentowski is scheduled to start 13th, but he just disconnected from the session, so we're going to have to wait and see what his deal is, if he had some kind of failure or something like that with his computer. Robert Hill is 14th, J.R. Bolden 15th, Scott Haney 16th, and Cody McCorkle 17th. Chad Frankenfield starting all the way back in 18th, made a mistake, crashed on his qualifying laps. Joshua Clark 19th, and Dylan Hickey will start 20th. Rusty Capel will start 21st tonight. Joshua Personette, another strong run on the plate track last week, 22nd. Jeff Gross, who I'm supposed to tell Jeff not to be a dick. That is from a Twitter argument, but he'll get the reference. He starts 23rd tonight. Mega starts 24th. Brent Jones starts 25th. Stephen Mago, who's had some great qualifying runs recently, but not tonight, will start 25th. And David Westergreen will start 27th, rounding out the field.
Yeah, and I just hope my mic isn't staticky this week, because I know it was staticky as hell last week, and that's what it is, I guess. I can't control it. I did everything I could do to make it not staticky this week, but if it is, it is. Get into the restart zone. Josh Fur goes early. Wow. Incredibly early, so green flag going to be out. Ethan Burrell and Tyler Riggs, they're battling side by side right now. Of course, Riggs is last week's winner.
Oh, there
Burrell saves it.
I think he's going to save it.
Yes, he saved it down on the apron. But that's going to cost him all of those positions. It's going to fall from... Jeez, it's going to fall like 20 plus positions. Yeah. Wow.
To serve that black flag for driving through the end of the pit lane, or if Chad's going to allow that to be cleared or not.
I believe that's a clear, if it's contact involved, which is what it would be. It's a clear. It's always nice to have officials up in the booth. Yeah, Robert Hill right now, he's, I don't know where he started, but he's 12th right now, and he's going for 11th on J.R. Bolden.
And complete that pass. Nice move on the inside lane. Scott back into, I believe that might have been McCorkle back there.
Yes, that would be correct. Scott almost into Chris Jordan as well.
And hectic racing back at about 12th to 15th, but of course we see that every week, so. Thing I noticed, ran a lot of practice this week, Vic. Hugging the very bottom line was really proficient in 1, 2, and 3 and 4 in the short run at least, but long run it's really very hard to get on these corner exits with the way this fixed setup is. Really tricky to plant the power and have a nice corner without pushing down to the wall like we saw a lot of guys doing qualifying, so I think we're going to see some guys move up and try a dime in the corner a little bit as the run goes on.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I did a C fixed race here, and at the end of the race, we had a pretty good sized green flag run, and trucks is completely different, but we had to start diming the corner as well. So I completely agree with what you just said. Somebody got sideways into one. I don't know who that was. They saved it either way. It was up on the top side. I don't know. All I seen was smoke. Either that or somebody's lagging, which is likely in this league.
Might have been Jeff Gross in the 10 car. He's dropped about 5 spots this lap.
Could have been, yeah.
Wow, everybody is basically single filed out already, all the way through the field.
And I mean, right now it makes a lot of sense for them to single file out, but I don't think it'll stay single file for the entire race.
I agree. I think a big thing is going to be tire saving. We talk about it basically every week, but this place, it's really easy because you don't get tire wear like you would normally think of at like a mile and a half where they wear and then you don't have much grip. You can still roll pretty good corner speeds here. It's just your entry and your exit. You really have to back up your entry and be patient on your exit, but you can still roll pretty good corner speeds. So that might lead some guys out. I know I was spotting for JR earlier and to be fixed. And when the tires wore, he really struggled being able to roll to center and not
Oh,
push
Scott
left
Haney.
anybody that
Scott
was
Haney's around
outside.
on the front stretch. Sorry to cut you off. Scott Haney's around on the front stretch. That's going to be a caution, I believe. Yeah, it is going to be a caution. Everybody's slowing down.
I keep pushed out into Chris Jordan right there. Yep, just on the exit of the corner.
Yeah, I was watching it live, and because that's where the battle was, but I didn't expect that. Really didn't.
Just barely clipped Jeff Gross. Great save by Jeff there, not to have a big accident. Yeah, just a mistake, I think, by Scott there, like we were talking about, getting a little tight off the corner and pushing up into the 58 car, who was struggling and falling backwards.
Yeah, it's just simple problems. I mean, we've all had those issues where, you just misjudge where somebody's at in the racetrack, and I think that was the case in that one.
I think we'll see everybody on pit road here, even though this is a fairly short race. We're already 10 laps into this 100-lap event, but I think we'll probably see everybody come down pit road and put 4 tires on just for the sake of keeping it fair, making sure everybody... Actually, I'm curious right here. I'm watching guys come into pit road and make sure they are staring up against the wall. Not cutting too much of that pit road is on.
I believe we're going to have 2 people stay out, the 44 and 86. I believe I saw them stay out on the racetrack. Some baiting and banging coming off the pit road.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Wild, man. Wild. Yeah, but I was correct in seeing the 86 and 44 staying on the racetrack under this first yellow. Probably not the worst thing that they could do.
Yeah, I guess we'll see if they come back in or not. Could just be a strategy play. We've seen Mega stay out plenty of times, so we'll have to see about that one. But I think Wester Green might come back in.
No, he's past pit entry, so.
Yep, they did actually. So I guess we're gonna have a new front row for this restart, and these guys are gonna have to avoid some tire spin. I know this is one of the roughest places on tire spin, next to probably Atlanta, going over the humps. So keep your eyes peeled for this one, folks.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think tire spin is going to be, honestly, I think it's going to affect the bottom line more than it's going to affect the top line from my experience. But obviously, it depends on where you're at and how you do it. So.
Well, even with some of the guys that just got tires, I think if you restart on the incorrect lane, right, or in the incorrect lane, I'm sorry, if you restart too hard on your gas pedal, if you're in the incorrect lane, I should say, for where you're trying to apply a throttle, as soon as you go over that hump and come onto the flatter part, I say it's pretty banked on the straightaways, but you will definitely spin up those rear tires, still going from second to third.
Got somebody in that chat cheering on Peter Heward.
All right, we'll see what happens here. Last time we had some guys on old tires at Texas. It didn't end so well for a lot of race cars, so we'll see what happens here.
I believe one of them was that 86.
I think he's holding them pretty long right here. Just about to the restart zone. There he goes. 44 doesn't go at all.
Oh, 44 is going to crash.
I think Darrell might save it.
44 is up against the wall. He just, caution is going to be out.
Yeah, big mess right there.
I believe,
Mega, I think.
yeah, actually it's the back of the field that caused this one. Looking at it, it's going to be, it's going to be triggered by your guys actually getting into each other.
Yeah, of course they do.
Whoopsie.
Yeah, more team meetings.
I think they need to get along a little better, hey?
Eh, boys will be boys.
It's true.
It looks like Burrell, actually, like all three of my guys were involved in that, but
Yeah, it looked like
looks
the
like Chris
58.
just,
Yeah,
yeah,
58 got into the 37, and but 37 I know where to go with the 83 in front of him. So
yep. Looks like Mago either had to lift or missed a shift or spun a tire or something, and basically just stopped coming towards start finish line. So unfortunate there for a lot of guys. Like Mega's gonna stay out again.
I can't blame him.
Oh, it worked well. I mean, I think the worst one is behind him now, and now that he's hit the gas once or twice. Now I think he's gonna be a little bit better on this one, and might even be able to hold up for a little while.
Yeah, I think it'll hold up for like 2-3 laps before he finally gets past, and those tires just show the fall off that they have. Then again, I say that every time I say something like that, they end up holding people off for way longer.
Yeah. Well, I think he's really in trouble here. Leads the next 95 laps.
Well, if he leads 95 of them, that'd be a bit concerning, to be honest.
Well, he's gonna do some checkered laps. He's
Do some checkered laps. Frickin' checkered laps. Ay, ay, ay. How about Tyler Riggs up in third place? Are you dead? I think he's dead. But yeah, Tyler Riggs up in third place. He, last week's winner. He's coming in here trying to prove that last week wasn't a fluke at Talladega. I believe Westergreen might have left the race. Lights are out on the
still
pace car.
got me. Okay, there we go. I don't know what's going on. I hate everything about college.
Yeah, you sounded like you were dying, so I'm just kind of trying to go on without you, I guess.
Oh, you're good. We're Gucci, or at least as Gucci as we're gonna be.
Yeah, no kidding.
We'll bring it up next caution then. But except I'll probably die again, so we'll deal with it when we get there.
That's true, yeah. Lights are off on the pace car. Ethan Reason, or Mega Driver 86, whatever you want to call him, he'll be leading them to this green flag again with Josh Furr on the outside. He's going to get going way earlier this time.
Probably a good call.
Yeah, probably the best call he could have made right there, if we're completely honest with ourselves.
Like everybody gets away pretty clean right here. Of course, we do have a lot of damaged cars there, kind of just taking their time now.
And
Furr's already gonna attack,
yeah,
though.
Furr's going to make quick work of Reasoner up on the bottom side there. Our car are going to follow through as well, and Tyler Riggs going to follow him. Top three already passing Ethan Reasoner. Kyle in the 77. I'm not going to try to pronounce his last name.
Oh, Rucker. Careful there. There's a slow car up there, buddy.
Rucker's going to be stuck on the top side behind that car.
Yeah, he's actually
there
getting
he's
clear
gonna
right
go.
there. Good job.
Right in front of Peter Heward. Of course, Frankenfield making quick work of Key. Hickey going to pass Reasoner as well.
Oh, another caution.
And I believe that is going to be Chris Jordan. And it seems like he might have had some help from the 12. Going to be off of 4. Yeah, the 12 just helps him around off of 4 and into the inside wall, and that brings out the yellow for the third time today. Sorry, go on. Oh, have you died again? Jeez.
I'm still here if you can hear me.
I got you. Jeez. I was worried you died again.
Yeah, I think that
I think
actually
McCorkle
just got tight.
Yeah, McCorkle didn't didn't expect a little bit of checkup there, and I think that's what caused that one.
I would call that a racing incident. I mean, obviously McCorkle got into him, and I think Chris would have been fine had McCorkle not been there, but he had no way of knowing that Chris was going to have to check up that much for the corner.
I believe you are correct.
I wonder if we see pit stops here, Vic, because we did about 3-4 laps, a couple of restarts.
Well, we're going to see most of the field come in, it looks like. From third on back, third on back.
It's a good call. I think those front two guys are going to be a little bit of sitting ducks here once we get rolling again, just because of the restarts they have on those tires already. We saw how that worked. They only ran about 4 or 5 laps, but we saw how much trouble some of those guys had on like 7 laps, so not too much difference there on that. So I think that might be, Burr might be okay. He's been in this situation enough, but I think Arcara and maybe even Joe Torres and some other guys might struggle a little bit.
Yeah, I was going to say, you got the 5 making his debut, Blake Griffith. Odd name. I lost my train of thought.
Arcara making his debut.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah. And then you got Arcara who's going to restart second place. And he's going to, I mean, we seen last time that happened, people stayed out. Second place didn't exactly get the greatest of restarts, so. But yes, Blake Griffith making his series debut in the 5.
Anyways, what I was talking about, Vic, before I died was that we have some special events coming up the next few weeks. Is the month of May, so I'm doing Chad's plug here with the, what do we have? We have asphalt sprint cars, Star Mazdas, the Formula 3s at Indianapolis, and the Indianapolis 250, right?
Not in that order. It is Pro Mazdas, then sprint cars on this upcoming Friday, and then Saturday you got F3 and IndyCar. Of course, the IndyCar race, the Pit Lane Parlay 250, is going to be on Sim TV, so that's pretty cool. Of course, I can't make that event at this moment because I have a championship to go dominate. So
you already won the championship.
Doesn't mean I don't want to win it by more.
Oh,
look,
well.
If I don't show up, here's the thing: if I don't show up Saturday, I win it by 40 points. If I show up Saturday, I win it by over 200 points. I want to win it by over 200 points.
That sounds fair. I don't really blame you there for that. Okay.
I mean, if I can do it, I can do it.
Bloom dominating champion. Those are words that we never thought we'd hear back in the Elite Street Stock season when you were upside down.
Yeah, dude, that's my thing. I still love going upside down in practice sessions. It's my favorite thing to do. That or for racing dirt late models, you know, at USA in a special event for this. Then I end up upside down with my axle completely 90 degrees in the way it's not supposed to be.
What else do we have coming? Whoa, FTSS starts this week, doesn't it?
FTSS starts Wednesday.
Well, you know I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. I would say I am too, but that means I have to miss the rest of the Fuel Truck Series, so.
Yeah.
I was having fun doing that. That is what it is.
Yeah, well, you're going to have fun laughing at all of us, so.
That's completely the truth. I'm not even going to lie to you.
Oh, I don't know. I think it'll be good. I think we'll see a lot of these same guys in that racing and a couple of different guys that I've talked with and had interest in. So hopefully we can provide some less intense racing, but probably insanely nuts.
I mean, yeah, the season debut last season at Daytona, I broadcasted, and it was insane. I'm not even going to lie to you. I don't know if there was words to describe that. Wasn't very good. Either way, we'll have Matt Arcara and Josh Furr in opposite of the way I just said their names, starting on the front row. Josh Furr, of course, going to be the lead car. Arcara going to be second. Think at some point in the night we'll see these guys move to the top side, Justin?
I don't know. Like I said, I did a lot of thinking about it. I think maybe in 3 and 4 if it's going to happen, but I think it might just be because of the setup. I'm not sure it's actually the faster way around, but the tires might necessitate it.
And Josh Furr is going to go early. He's not going to mess around on this restart. Everybody gets off clean. Frankenfield looking to the inside. Joe Torres.
Oh, Torres a little bit tight there.
It's going to be 3 wide with the 77 and 15. No, it's not. Sorry, I lied.
Yeah, he made a good move there for Krefke to back out of that one just a little bit, let everything sort out.
Yep, Frankenfield going to make quick work of Griffith once he gets to him. Prokefki, or whatever. That's just the oddest last name, by the way, and I hate that he drives a 77 car. Not even going to lie to you.
Even weirder than mine, really? I feel honored now.
I mean, at least yours I can somewhat pronounce. His, I feel like somebody is putting their freaking finger on my tongue and while I try to pronounce it. Yeah, for real.
Same guy.
Brandon Key to the inside of Torres.
Oh, geez. Kyle almost got in the Griffith right there. That was close. Yeah, actually, Blake had some really good speed. Started up in the top 5 before his first incident earlier, so I think he might be a little bit better off than some of those guys like Torres that were running about 15th or so before staying on the pit stop.
Yeah, of course, now you got Rucker working to the inside of Torres, and going to follow him is going to be Robert Hill Jr. in the 95. Torres going to slide in between Hickey and Hill. Farther back in the field, we got a battle going on with Reasoner. Right now, Reasoner and J.R. Bolden. Bolden makes quick work of Reasoner.
Oh, here comes Mega back. Has to lift just a little bit, though, on the exit. Capel's going to try to follow.
Yeah, we're going to have Rusty Capel to the inside of Reasoner right now.
Player behind them trying to follow as well. He started up in the 6th spot, but has fallen all the way back to 18th. I think got involved in some of those incidents on the restart and maybe had damage.
Yeah, Burrell to the inside of Haney. Well, Player goes to the inside of Reasoner. Off of 4. Tight squeeze there. Personette going to follow through as well as McCorkle to pass Haney. Player going to actually make that pass successful.
Matt got through our car up, and for second place there, I think Matt basically just rolled out of his way on the fresher tires.
Yeah, I was going to say back up front, first leading by just about a second. Or if you want me to sound more Canadian, it's about a second.
Hey.
Oh, man.
I hate us. I hate us.
I don't. I love us. I love that we get to do this. I mean, I'm not making fun of Canadians. I love Canada. I love hockey. I mean, that's literally all I know about Canada.
Well, you're practically Canadian. I mean,
yeah, I live a little bit closer.
You might as well live in Canada, so.
I live a little bit closer. I would love to race in the Pinty series, so that's my ultimate goal.
You have to be Canadian for that, or can you just show up?
You can. I mean, you had last year Armani Williams. He was driving the 28 for CBRT. He's from Detroit.
Why don't we make that a thing?
He's from Detroit. I mean, I don't understand why we don't get it. I don't understand why we don't get broadcast in America like on Fox or. No, never mind. Not Fox. NBC. Not Fox.
No, why don't we race? Why don't we have an elite racing league?
Why don't we have an elite racing league? Yes, we have one.
Oh, a Pinty's team for us. Why don't we show up and drive?
Good question, because I don't think either of us has $50,000 to spend on a car.
Oh, all right. We're gonna have a elite racing league 24 hours of Lemons team then.
That's probably true at some point. Not even gonna lie. Anyway, back to the action. We got Hickey. He just got passed by the 28 and 83 as well as the 26, and he looked back to the inside of the 26, but he isn't gonna make that pass work. At some point, we will have our own racing team. I almost bet it. Reasoner and McCorkle fighting for 20th. Jeez, I didn't realize it was this far back in the field. Thought it was a little farther.
Mega's having a tough time, actually. He was almost better off staying out front and just kind of holding his own, even though he's falling back, because he's really struggling here so far.
Yeah, it's Peter Heward. He's trying to make work of Torres, who, of course, stayed out under the last caution. It's not going to happen for him right now. It doesn't appear.
In front of them, Brandon Keefe finally got to the inside of Griffith down in turns 1 and 2. Going to try to complete that off of 3 and 4. I think he might just be able to make that pass on the corner exit. Yes, he will. Just a little bit of wall contact for the 5.
Man, I thought the 64 was close enough to hit him on corner entry.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, and speaking of hitting him, Griffith around to the backstretch. Caution's gonna be out. We're actually gonna ride on board. Yeah, he just slight contact with the wall. We're actually gonna ride on board with Andrew Rucker through that ordeal. Griffith looked like he was coming down a little bit. Rucker didn't have much room down low to go any farther down. That's unfortunate. You hate to see it.
Oh boy, we're pulling that out now, are we?
I didn't mean
Hate to see it.
I didn't. Oh no. I didn't mean to. Never mind. Memes. We're a meme. It's okay. Let's see who pits here. Somebody's blinking. Chris Jordan staying out. Of course, he's not allowed to pit this time by because he's a lap down.
He might be the lucky dog, actually, so
He is going to be the
he
lucky
might
dog.
wait.
I was just saying this time he's not allowed to pit because of that. Logan Simmons, of course, recovering from Nürburgring, isn't here tonight, as he just put in the chat.
Like Chad wins the race off pit road over the 00 car.
That would be correct.
Covering sleep from the 24. Wasn't that 2 days ago?
No, it ended on Sunday.
It wasn't that 1 day ago?
Yes, and you get really tired.
Come on, you're killing me.
I mean, in fairness, I did a broadcast the day after, like, Le Mans last year or something like that.
Yeah, but you didn't skip it because you were tired.
That's true. I also slept for like 10 hours beforehand.
Well, what do we that's what we normally do anyways here, both of us.
That's true. I mean, the last few nights I've slept for over 12, so.
There you go.
Whoops.
So if you want to go to class and write papers for me, let me know.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm completely good.
Oh, bummer.
You know what I just realized, and this is going to sound really weird, but I just realized that the one car has a custom paint, okay?
Mhm.
And the number on his roof is upside down.
I am kind of shocked, but I'm really not. I love you, JR, but no.
I was looking, like, because I could see the pit boards, and all I saw was the one upside down on his pit board. Of course, you
Okay.
might not be able to see it because you don't have Trading Paints Pro, but I can, and it's hilarious. It's never not funny to see that stuff. Not trying to not be professional here, but I mean, like we've said in the past, we're not, so please don't expect that out of us.
You're a professional. What are you talking about?
Yeah, okay.
You're the most professional commentators that this league has ever had.
That's true.
It's not hard, obviously, but still.
Exactly. I mean, with the 3 broadcasters this league's gone through. Lap 39 of 100. Gonna be restarting on lap 40. Yeah, I've been racing that long.
Oh, yeah, it's been 25 minutes, and we're getting to be halfway here. Like I was saying, 100 laps. If we go green from here, it'll take probably about 25 or 30 minutes tops from here, so.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Of course, they can make it on fuel 60 laps. Now, that is the exact length of the B-fixed races, and the temperature is right about the same, so hopefully we see some better racing here, as hopefully some of these guys ran some B-fixed or at least some practice throughout the week.
I mean, that's what what we as officials have been encouraging.
Oh, no, we encourage massive crashes, full sends, pit road speeding, flipping down the front stretch. Oh, no, that's my league. Never mind. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Yes,
we
professional racing
encourage
only.
that. We encourage that in Fun Truck Super Series, but not in the JoinAPS series.
It'll be fine. Anyways, Chad's up front here on the restart.
And Chad's gonna go right at the restart zone. His first
Poor
lap
guy's
that
got
he's led all
really
day.
rough restarts. Holy crap.
everybody through the first corner clean at least. Believe the first 9-10 cars have single filed out.
It looks like Mago
Oh.
and player. Mago's actually going to get up in the fence.
And so the 95 in front of him, Hill. So Mago was just following suit there. No
Hooker's
player
grab
gonna
fourth from Kyle.
I say no player gonna have 2 positions gained on that one lap. Right now there's a battle going on for 20th, about 20th with
Oh,
37,
Mega almost
86.
got contact with the 12 car. I'll keep it straight off of turn 4. A little bit hairy.
I know a lot of people like to see the front of the field, but we like to focus on the battles here.
Like Torres is going to pull out of the way right there for Peter Hayward. Maybe a little bit of an issue on the 29, or he's just trying to get up to speed a little bit.
I think he's just trying to find a hole in where he's comfortable right now.
There goes Key to the inside of Pekrevsky. Restart. I'm glad I did now. That Pekrevsky was the one to watch because he's been pretty good here. I've watched a little bit of him in the past. We have another caution.
It is Tyler Riggs, exit at 2. And I believe your guy in the 1, J.R. Bolden, was involved in that one. And yes, it was.
It looks like he just got spun out.
Net code. And just those 2 involved, so.
Yeah, great job by everybody else to miss them. They basically wrecked in the middle of the corner and somehow didn't involve anybody else.
I think everybody had just enough time to check up. Any less time there and would have been a bigger mess.
Yeah, I think a really similar wreck to what we saw about 15 or 20 laps ago with Rucker and Griffin. I think basically just, running out of space trying to find that line in 1 and 2.
I think you're completely correct there. Of course, you see everybody come down pit road. As I say that the Pekrevsky and Brandon Key stay out for the moment. Those are the only 2. I don't think any farther back you'd be smart to stay out. Everybody coming to pit road. You know what we ought to do? We ought to have a league that has 3 periods. Like stages.
What?
Like hockey.
Or equal points for all the stages, though?
I mean, why not? Why not treat it like 3 different races?
I think for the Xfinity season, since it's going to be the secondary series, we should have a no tire limit.
I don't disagree with you. I really genuinely don't. I was actually going to bring that up.
That would be nuts, but at the same time, it might be really entertaining.
I think it would not be good at places like
Here,
Tsukuba.
Atlanta.
Yeah.
Tsukuba. Was that a shot at my series?
No. Why would I take a shot at your series?
Oh, because Fun Truck Super Series.
No, I'm saying October 14th, the Xfinity Series, the Mega Driver 86 Series, goes to Tsukuba.
Yeah, and I think that no tires there would be terrible because we did what, like?
They had half a race.
Laps there.
Like half a distance of what it would be in this league.
Okay, yeah, and it was kind of scary.
It was sketchy. I can't wait for a few weeks from now though, because it's COTA and the setup for COTA is extremely jank and there's nothing I can do about it.
All the fun. We really should have just ran a plate track setup there.
Nah.
Make it not about the drivers at all.
Nah. I like the COTA set though, personally. Of course, I don't get to drive.
You made it.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I was just about to say. I don't get to drive it, but I like it.
Well, that's because you made it.
That's completely true.
In
Either way, next week is the All-Star race. If a lot of the guys that were worried about the fan vote worried about actually racing more, they'd have to worry less about that fan vote.
straight facts. My opinion on that, I'm going to ask Chad if I can sell my charter to the highest bidder. Instead of the fan vote, we should just do highest bidder and all the profits go back into the league. Because obviously I'm locked in thanks to the Roval a couple weeks ago, but I won't be racing because that would be silly. I'm obviously not an all-star. I'm not even running for points. So I'm going to try to sell my charter and all the profits will go back into the league. So we'll have to take that up with Chad later.
Well, the people that are locked into the All-Star race are, of course, going to be whoever wins the fan vote. Pole sitters, people locked in through points for the first half, and then
Race winners.
race winners. I know I was missing something, but I couldn't make out what it was.
Yeah, our past champions in? I can't remember.
No, not from the criteria I got told.
That seems rigged. They're just excluding all past champions, which is basically just me and Chad, but that's not the point.
And Levi.
Okay, the Super Late Model Series did not count.
Okay, but also Levi would be locked in anyway. Regardless.
Rucker, well, that's a good point. He probably can't make it, but Rucker won a Super Late Model race. And I love Rucker, but if anybody follows me on Twitter, Rucker should not be locked in based on winning an elite supermodel race.
No, he's locked in. He's locked in based on pole.
Ignore me. I did just say the word supermodel, referring to a super late model.
Hey, man! I would love to drive a supermodel.
Nuts. Run Supermodel Plus.
I would love to. I would love to drive a supermodel. Nuts. Anyway.
Sport.
Anyway. The 99 and 77 going to be the leaders on this restart, having stayed out. Brandon Key going to go. You know what? That name is never going to be a thing I can say. I tried. I gave it my try. I gave him my best. Frankenfield to the inside of the 77.
Oh wow, they're going by him like a knife through hot butter.
I think it's a hot knife through butter, but
no. Why don't we just? I'm pretty sure it's pretty easy for a knife to go through melted butter too, if I'm honest.
Well, it wouldn't go through it. It would more.
Why not?
You know what? Whatever floats your boat, man. Whatever floats your boat.
All right. Well, put in the chat whether you think it's a knife through hot butter, or a hot knife through butter. I think it's a knife through hot butter because that's more original. Everybody says the other one. But
Frankenfield to the lead. Fur past Key as well. Key and Prokrevki in third and fourth right now. Behind them, you got Rucker.
That on the new tires.
Yeah, behind them, you got Rucker, Arcara, and Clark.
Oh, Clark almost got in the back of the 45, trying to hang his nose in there.
Farther back in the field, we also got a bunch of battles going on right now with Riggs and McGo, but the front of the field is where I'm going to focus for the time being.
Yeah, still have great battles. Looks like Prokrevki going to go by Key. I think Rucker's going to go by both of them pretty shortly here on the new tires.
Can we just talk about biggest eyesores on the track? That 64 car.
Yeah, I like the paint scheme, but what's up with the blue numbers?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously being a Matt Kenseth fan myself, I'm very familiar with the R&L carrier scheme that was usually run at Martinsville in the fall. However, it did not have blue numbers. I can assure you all of that.
I thought about making a new paint scheme for him, but I'm also really lazy, so.
Really?
I know somebody that is going to have
take out his teammate.
I know somebody that is going to have a new paint scheme. He's going to be the 94. Kendall Player soon will be debuting a new paint scheme.
Is it going to be a Trojan scheme?
No.
Oh. That's a bummer. Oh, looks like Chad and Fur have kind of stretched out about a second, maybe a little more than that over these other guys that have kind of been battling behind Prokrevki here.
Yeah, you got Rucker who just got past Key, and he's going to make his next victim, Prokrevki, in the 77 car.
He's still struggling on those old tires. Clark isn't quite able to make the bottom work, though. That's going to open up the inside to Matt Arcara down to turn 3. All right, just past the halfway mark here tonight, down to 45 laps to go, 55 complete. Here comes Rucker inside the 77 car. Kyle way up the racetrack, plenty of room, and move the 64 up to B3.
Do you think tonight's going to be the night that Rucker wins?
No.
I figured.
Oh, I don't. I love the guy, and I'm glad to see him running well. I didn't want to bring it up and jinx him, but I just think there are too many guys that can run well. I know he's probably a second-tier driver in this league. Always good to run probably 4th to 8th on a given week with some practice, and he's a very capable race car driver, but you can see already in only about 10 laps since the restart that the 15 to 00 who have been pretty much the class of the field over the course of these last 5 or 6 weeks. They have pulled him about a second and a half now, almost 2 seconds, and I think he's going to struggle a little more in the long run versus some of these other guys that have a lot more laps here in their career. I'm glad to see him run well, don't get me wrong. Al Frank Motorsport needs the points.
Oh yeah, because championship for teams matters.
It does. Most important thing. It's I hear it's like a $1,300 bonus.
Yeah, not in this league. You know what, you're speaking about your team. You got Mago, who's trying to make a pass on Bolden. A little farther
It's
back
back
through
at
the
about
field.
17th spot. All over the back bumper. Both of those cars were in accidents already. Looks like he's going to finally get underneath of him into turn 2. Get a little bit of contact, but they're still going to be side by side in the 3. I think Mago might be able to roll to center here. Yes, he will. Move Steven up to 17th. JR back to 18th, though he's going to almost get crossed over right there in front of McCorkle.
McCorkle going to make quick work, so is Tyler Riggs. Move Bolden down to 20th. Blake Griffith making, trying to make quick work or make a pass on the 37 car, Burrell.
There's a player on Clark for 8th spot. He's going to make that pass on the inside of 1 and 2.
Got Arcara looking to the inside of Key in 3 and 4 right now. Not
Yeah,
gonna
we're getting to that point, Vic. Sorry to cut you off a little bit, but we're getting to that point where these tires are going to start to equal out. They're still going to be at a disadvantage. They're not going to be able to quite roll that center corner speed like I was talking about, but it's not like on those fresh tires compared where they're just going to blow by these guys. That time has come and gone these last 10 laps, so they're going to have to really work on the inside to be able to make anything happen down there.
I completely agree with you right now. To be honest with you, I think we're going to see quite a bit of single file action until somebody decides to crash.
Jeez, way to look good there, jeez. Wow.
I've said worse. At least we're not sitting over here talking about our 24 Hours of Lemons team.
Hey, that is quality entertainment for these people. Might want to be a part of it.
That's probably true. We'd probably need a mechanic.
If you're a mechanic, let us know. Anyways, Troy Holmes has put in the chat, it's a hot knife through butter. I respectfully disagree. I don't know how you heat a knife, because obviously you can't put it in the microwave. It's way easier to just heat the butter.
I mean, you can heat it with a lighter.
Heat the butter with a lighter?
No, I'm saying heat the freaking knife with... Oh, my God.
Well, if you set the knife on fire, what if you have, like, ceramic coating if it's not real silver?
Well, why would you... That's like saying, hey, I wonder what happens when I throw plastic into fire, okay?
Speaking of stuff in fire, have you ever thrown like those glow things that you crack in the fire?
No, but it's Matt Arcar right now on key in 3 and 4.
It's really dangerous.
It sounds dangerous, to be honest. I have been a part of somebody throwing a beer in fire. That was terrifying.
Okay.
Hey, I have some really wild friends.
And apparently drinking problems.
That's true, and none of them are 21. Not that that's something you should admit, but none of my friends are 21, and they all have drinking problems.
And I'm the opposite. I'm 21, and I have, like,
look, you have drinking problems, but not in the sense of alcohol. Our car did get by key there.
We're not talking about my milk problem.
I was gonna say you go to the grocery store and buy like 3 gallons of milk at a time.
It lasts a week. You're judging me so hard, man.
Our car to the inside of Prokofsky. Oh.
Great driving by both of those guys. Hayward's gonna look on Brandon Key. I think Brandon's just struggling to hold the bottom right now, and these guys are slowly working underneath him, but it's tough to get that corner exit on them.
And farther back in the field, Robert Hill by McCorkle.
Yeah, Robert Hill won last night. He got his TV time. Who cares?
I like Robert Hill. He's a spotter in the NASCAR Pinty series.
I love Robert Hill. He's one of my favorite dudes. But he led like the whole 3x truck race last night, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, almost just died right there down the front stretch. Great save. TV time on Sim TV last night, so we don't have to talk about him at all. So go away, Robert.
I think right
Well, he
now
was
everybody's
probably-
single file except for them. Those two are battling.
Yeah.
Rusty Capel and Torres are kind of close.
Hayward trying to get inside the key again for 6th spot.
And
Still
he
can't
does.
quite make it on the bottom.
No, he's even with him. I think if he can stay even with him down the backstretch here, he could get him in 3 and 4.
Yeah, I think 3 and 4 is definitely better to be on the bottom. Again, you struggle off in the corner. He's not going to be able to quite make that pass. I was going to say just a second ago, you bet who's really bored is probably Andrew Rucker, because he's got like 3 seconds in front of him and like 2.5 behind him.
I don't think you're wrong.
He's probably just having a grand old time. Behind him, we basically have, we have Pekrefsky, Arcara, Key, Hayward, Clark, Kendall Player, Griffith, Personette, Burrell, Torres, and Rusty Capel through 14th spot, basically all in one big line right here of about 10 cars. So they're all got at least kind of someone to chase after, but poor Rucker's just kind of chilling out in his own world right now. Here comes Arcara again, trying the bottom.
I was about to say the same thing.
Intact. Gets into the 77, that's going to slow him down, allow Key and maybe even Hayward to go by as well. Do it. Kyle's going to slot back in line right there. It's lost 2 spots that time off turn 4.
Griffith going to look to the inside of Player for
Nope, just got run over. Brandon Key got run over by the 77. They're all checking up.
No. Everybody saves it. Key going to drop
there.
way
Save.
far down. So try to
He
get a
was up in the
replay.
top 5, having a great night. And again, we see guys just not really being patient or willing to
You're lagging.
really tough.
Yeah, you're good now.
We're good. Okay, I was just saying we're seeing guys be a little bit impatient with these tire strategies and trying to make runs work. That's the 3rd or 4th time we've seen contact in the middle of turns 1 and 2.
Yeah, now Clark going to try to pass you know what? I said it like once, and I can't say it again.
Refke.
Yes, that guy, the 77. The faux 77 car.
Not the real, not my 77.
Yeah, hashtag not my 77. Either way, as I say that, Griffith got around Clark, and he's going to make an inside attempt on the 77 car in 3 and 4.
Comes Burrell.
Yeah, Burrell, of course, having those early issues, and apparently has been on his roof at least once.
I was going to say, we had a lot of damage on that car, but I'm glad that he's kind of recovered. 28 had a problem, I think.
Yeah, he slid off the corner off before he got loose. Saved it to the inside wall, though. Didn't hit the inside wall.
Color yellow coming out here.
Don't know who for.
It might have been the 58 car.
No, I thought so too. I was looking at relative speed, and I don't see anybody completely off the pace.
Actually, someone spun on the apron down in turn 1, or they might have just been leaving the pit lane. You have to check back on that one.
I'm not entirely sure. I didn't see anybody come to a stop on...
It was Robert Hill, I think, in the 95, maybe. Yeah, he got loose off of turn 4 and spun against the inside wall.
Okay. We're not going to get a replay of that, but everybody's coming down pit lane. How about after the pit stops, we try to catch up with the 37 car? How about that?
Let's do it.
Yeah, we'll let him do his pit stop, and then we'll catch up with him out of pit lane. Chad Frankfield wins the race off pit road. Ford's 1, 2, 3, 4. If you want to pull him in here, you can.
All right, let's grab Ethan real quick. Ethan Burrell, Justin Krasneski up in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I gotcha.
Well, you've had a hectic night to say the least. What's it like out there so far with just a handful of laps left?
Oh man, it's rough. It's crazy. this thing's a dump truck. A little contact on the beginning of the race. Somehow saved it, and then got stuck in the junk, and it's been tough. I've been just kind of clawing and fighting, trying to get back up here. Avoided a couple incidents, gained some spots from it. I can keep it maybe a 10th place pace, but farthest up I've been since, and I'm just hanging on. I'm driving as hard as I can. I'm trying to get my best finish out of this.
Bad is the race car? Is it junk, or you think you can move up into the top 5 and maybe even have a shot at win tonight?
Uh, it's pretty bad. I mean, it was worse earlier. I got all the damage as fixed as I can. It's a little bit off. I'm not gonna lie. It's a lot tighter than it should be. But later in the runs, it was benefiting me because then I could get up to my high line. But short run, I honestly don't know how it's gonna go. But I'm gonna be fighting as hard as I can to try to stay up here and get up front, maybe.
You think there's going to be another caution, or are we going to get a nice 20-lap run here to end it?
I think everybody's on relatively fresh tires. I think most people pitted, so I think we can survive another restart here. I don't see it running green to the end though, but if the longer the run is, the better I feel. So I'm hoping that it runs green here.
All right, Ethan, good luck, and we hope to talk to you in a little bit.
All right, thank you.
Pace lights off now. Going to be Chad Frankenfield, Josh Furr on the front row, Andrew Rucker, Matt Arcara, Scout Fords 1, 2, 3, 4. So 20 laps, about 20 laps to go. Justin, who do you think is going to win this?
I think Chad and Furr both look really strong. I'm not sure that we're going to be able to pick between the two of them, but you know, starting up on the front row, both having fresh tires, I think they're going to have a little bit of a dogfight, and I'm sure Andrew Rucker is not just going to let them get up there and get away. Obviously, he wants a nice run again tonight, so I think those front two are going to be the favorites right here. They've been good all night, but I wouldn't be surprised at all if they have any kind of issues together.
I was going to say, I think Furr is going to probably he's going to give a great fight to Frankenfield, but I do believe that Rucker or Arcara is going to be able to capitalize on that fight that goes down. I don't think they'll wreck each other, but I think Furr will probably end up getting the better of Frankenfield, if I'm completely honest. Frankenfield's going to go. He doesn't want that fight to occur. And who can blame him?
Restart. Rucker trying to roll the inside. A lot of close quarters. Oh, Rucker's going to put Furr in the fence.
Arcara.
They're going to save it. Oh, they're 5
no,
wide. There they go. There
done.
they reckon. Oh, man, we have fatalities for sure.
Big wreck. Try to get a better replay there. Better angles. Reasoner went upside down on his roof.
Definitely some fatalities from that one, so we're going to have a shorter field next week.
I'm just going to take some more looks at how this went down from the restart. See Furr up in the wall there, and everybody's checking up behind him. And then everybody starts crashing here. Yeah, definitely some fatalities, some wrecked race cars. Probably some tempers flaring.
Goodness, some of those guys did like triple barrel rolls.
Yes, and everybody's pitting now, but you got Frankenfield, Burrell, Furr, Griffith, Heward, top 5. That was insanity. Absolute insanity.
something happened to the 64 car down the front stretch. I'm not sure what it was. Rucker basically came to a stop. I'm not entirely sure what happened to him. Led by him.
I believe he might have stalled his car.
Came all the way back up, so must have maintained speed, but I'm not sure what happened to him down the front stretch. Like he shut off his fuel.
Yeah, his car was off on the front stretch. I'm riding on board with him. Down the front stretch where his car was completely off and dead. I think he stalled it and had to get it restarted.
Well, either way, he recovered at least, so he'll have a shot in the front row.
The real question is, does he deserve that shot?
Oh boy, now we get this Marcus Ambrose debate.
Well, I just think he didn't maintain pace.
I agree.
And I don't know if there's a penalty for it. But I don't think you should get your spot back if you don't maintain pace. I've always felt that way, and I mean, I think it's an unpopular opinion, but regardless, still an opinion. "17 laps to go right now. I believe it's going to be 16 or 15 to go on the restart. If this is 2 to go for the green flag. So we've probably got like 1 or 2 more restarts left in it.
Did notice, Vic, we just got a little bit of cloud cover.
Yeah, it just came at the
Temp
wrong
dropped a
time.
lot.
It just came at the wrong time for these guys. I think those guys would have liked that under green, but I mean, it might be best for it to happen under caution.
Yeah, I think the big thing is that with these restarts here on the old tires, we might have someone go off into turn 1 at speed or turn 3 at speed and push way up the racetrack, not expecting the tire track them. Down almost, about 17 degrees from what they qualified at right now, so definitely a lot cooler out there for this final shootout.
You say shootout, but I don't think we're done having cautions. No
All right,
offense
this
to these
next
guys.
up, upcoming death.
Frankenfield gonna wait this time almost to the restart zone, and he goes. Gives everybody a more even chance into one. This time they get out of 2 cleanly.
Let's see how aggressive the 00 is. I'm pretty sure he's probably, I mean, he's obviously not happy, but I'm not sure how much race car he has left after being involved in that accident.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Rusty Capel trying to go to the inside of Blake Griffith for 7th spot.
And he gets that one done.
Good
You
move.
got Clark to the inside of Gross. Gross into the wall, just a touch. It's going to allow the 99 and 26 to pass him.
Nope, Hayward thought about following. Actually, that's Pekrevsky, my bad, in the 77. We have too many white-on-white cars.
He's in a credit 1 car on my screen, 77.
Yeah, well, trading paint's broken, so ignore me.
Yeah, regardless,
It's wrong.
that doesn't matter.
There goes the 28 inside the 5. 5 might have some more serious damage than we think or something, because he's fallen pretty good.
I mean, he's got a substantial amount of damage. I'm not even gonna act like he doesn't. I believe Reasoner and Personette might be done for the night on pit lane.
Yeah, it looks like it.
to be. It's unfortunate. You hate to see it, but
Stop saying that.
it is part of racing. No, man, you do hate to see it. I don't mean that in a meme sense. I mean like you actually genuinely don't like seeing that kind of stuff. And Frankenfield has pulled over almost a second and a half
Yeah,
on Rucker.
yeah, we talked about it. I mean, obviously one of the best drivers in the series, past champion, and I think as soon as the 00 had his chances kind of taken away, that Chad's not going to look back on this one. Even if we get another restart, I think he's going to have control of this one to the end.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I think Chad has this one locked up as long as we don't have another caution. I think if we have another caution, somebody might have some say in it, but I'm not entirely sure that that would be the case either.
If we do get another yellow, I think someone would stay out, so that'd make it interesting at the very least. I'm pretty sure it'd be Brandon
Frankenfield
Key.
would stay out. I think Frankenfield would stay out.
Oh, the thing, if Chad stays out, everybody else will pit. So you're in a lose-lose, but I think you're right. I think someone's going to mix it up, but he's in the no-win.
Yeah, regardless, we got Clark on McCorkle right now for 6th place.
Yeah, we haven't really talked about McCorkle, but avoid all the crashes. He's running up solidly in the top 10 and looking to get a single-digit finish tonight.
That would be the case. Key on the inside of Capel in 3 and 4. 8 laps to go.
Oh,
and
turned
they
up in
get
the
together.
fence.
That's going to bring out the last yellow of this race. Oh, Mago. Oh, Bolden just ended right into him. Your guys have no wreck avoidance.
Well, it's just been one of those nights. It's been one of those nights. Well, we do get a restart here. 6 to go. We're going to get at least 1 lap. So we saw how that worked, and this is going to be the oldest set of tires these guys have restarted on all night. If they stay out, which I assume they will.
I don't disagree with you.
Someone will pit, especially if towards the back, and you don't have a lot to lose. Hope for a crash, but I think you have to stay out if you're Chad. You have to take your chances on being able to roll.
I completely agree. I think Chad stays out here, and I think Rucker might stay out as well. They both look like they're inching toward pit lane.
I think we might have a 2-lap restart here. Let's see what they do. It looks like they're all going to stay.
Let's see who the first car going to be on pit lane is going to be.
Nobody. All the way back. Maybe the 9 car?
Yeah, the 9 and 94 are going to be the only 2 cars that hit pit lane.
And they were back at 19th and 20th out of the 22 cars on the lead lap. So, yeah, basically everybody stayed out.
I don't know if I agree with that call from everybody else. I would have taken the tires, but obviously everybody thinks there's going to be probably 1 lap left, and they don't want to be farther back than they already are.
Yeah, either 1 or 2, but either way, Vic, I think that similar to the Texas situation, even if it's not the leaders, even if the front 4 rows get away clean, I think someone's going to spin the tires and maybe not cause an accident, but definitely end up in the way of somebody else just having to spin the tires.
I completely agree with you. Completely agree.
Now my question is, this might be silly to ask since obviously guys have taken the bottom all night. If you're worried about wheel spin on the inside line, if you're Chad, do you take the outside line on this restart?
I think you stay to the inside. I really do. I think you stay where your comfort level has been, and we've seen that on older tires. The outside line just pushes you into the wall. So I think you stay to the inside.
I agree. I'm tempted not to agree, usually just because the transition is a little bit less harsh from the outside line. But of course, if you do get it wrong, you basically opened up the bottom for Rucker, Burrell, or anybody else to fill that hole. The thing I would say, though, is the earlier Chad can go, the better off I think he'll be. It's usually easier to restart these cars on the banking where there's a little bit of camber offset in the tires that'll help you get rolling a little bit, especially on your gear shift from 2nd to 3rd. The longer you wait, you're going to end up shifting the 3rd gear, basically on the straightaway, and then, of course, the 4th gear once you get about start-finish line. And you don't really want to do that when you're coming over that crest on the exit of these corners. So if you can avoid that, I think Chad's going to want to go a little bit earlier on this one.
I think Chad's going to go as early as he possibly can on this restart. I'm not even going to lie to you. I think if Chad goes late, he's going to risk that tire spin, and he's going to risk people actually having a chance at him. I think he's going to go early here.
Well, I'll find out together in about 90 seconds, though.
Yeah, something like that, give or take. So Peter Heward's in 5th.
Hey, he's been a monster tonight.
So Peter Heward's not somebody, no offense to the guy, but we usually talk about up front. So I think this just might be his calling.
Hey, he's run pretty well. We've seen him up in the top half of the field a lot this year, but this is his first real run where he's been competitive throughout the whole race and has a shot at talking to us here post-race. So hope he can get a good restart here and finish this one off.
Yeah, so he's the highest placed Canadian right now. Of course, the second and other Canadian, the only other Canadian in the field is Robert Hill Jr., who's in 15th, 10 positions back from Heward. I would know that they're Canadian, yes. I pay attention to that stuff. It's good to know. Absolutely, let's go racing, boys. From JG All-Star.
It's called racing, boys. Okay.
Yeah, we're not going to do Boogity Boogity, though. That's,
Boogie, boogie, boogie.
yes.
That's the one, right?
Yeah, that'd be the one.
Oh, green, white, checkered.
That does seem how it is going to be. And hopefully they get to take all of that under green flag conditions. That would
All
be
the dead.
nice. Well, I'm hoping
I think we
not.
get all the dead.
I'm hoping
But I think we're going to get all the dead.
Frank Field,
There he
yeah,
goes.
like I said, he's going to go early. He doesn't want to give anybody
Use
a
the
chance.
wheels just a little bit. Here comes Rucker on the outside.
Rucker almost clears him. They're side by side off the corner. I think that was Rucker's one and only chance.
Yep, I think he's in trouble now. I think Burrell's going to get through him right here, and Fur might as well.
One
All right,
lap
one
to
lap
go.
to go. Sponsored by Elite Racing Series Bank.
Yeah, sponsored by nobody. But if you want to sponsor it, I'll gladly put your logo up there for the last lap. No problem.
There you go, folks.
Give me $1 per
Turn
race.
3 for third spot. Chad Frankenfield wins at Dover.
And Clark gets past Heward. They're on that finish.
Good shootout. Good little race tonight.
I completely agree. Let's go through the results as he gets back to the front stretch. Chad Frankenfield, Ethan Burrell, Josh Furr, Andrew Rucker, Josh Clark, Peter Heward, Kyle Prokofsky, Cody McCorkle, Tyler Riggs, Blake Griffith. The top 10. Matt Arcara, Jeff Gross, Robert Hill Jr., Scott Haney, Joe Torres, Chris Jordan, Stephen McGough, Brent Jones, Rusty Capel, Brandon Key, and then of course your final 7, Player, Bolden, Reasoner, etc. Time for some burnouts. You know, Chad didn't get to go to the NASCAR race today because it was rained out yesterday and he was planning on going to it, but I think this is going to be worth that, worth missing the race to win this one.
Hey, good consolation for him. I'm sure he's going to be plenty happy.
Such a rookie mistake hitting the walls while doing a burnout.
Well, you know, he didn't get to win very much because you and I dominated the first couple seasons, so,
Yeah,
you know.
you and I. Yeah, you and I. Well, like you. Well, I just flipped upside down in the first bunch of seasons.
Well, that was all the entertainment.
That's true. It's entertaining for me. I don't think it was taken too kindly by everybody else, but of course that's not
I
the point.
enjoyed it. Thompson was one of my favorite moments of all time.
I don't disagree. I really genuinely don't. I think I would like to get third place in here first, if that's at all possible.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll get them in. We'll give them a second.
Give everybody a little bit to get into Discord. But I would think that Fur would be ideal to talk about. To talk to. We can catch up with Burrell. Let's get Burrell in here.
Oh, then,
Second
okay.
place. Yeah, let's second place. I'm not.
Ethan Burrell, Justin Krasnowski up in the booth. You got me.
Yeah, I got you.
Well, we just talked to you a little bit ago, and you said you needed the long run, and you were restarting, I believe, 6th at that point, but ended up 2nd here tonight. Another solid run. We've seen it week in and week out from you. Tell me what it was like out there tonight, the struggles you guys had in the first quarter or half of the race, and kind of how you were able to come back from it for a top 5.
Yeah, I mean, coming into this race, I was pretty confident. This is one of my better tracks. You know, after that incident with the 26 there on the first couple laps, sent to the back, and then I just got caught up in some. I mean, we had that first restart wreck that we had. I mean, I just got ran over and a bunch of damage early on, but you know, it was pushed me to the edge. I was pretty upset about it, but I just stuck with it, fixed the damage, and started clawing my way back up there. And I mean, I think it says a lot, you know, taking a lot for me in the team, especially, you know, taking a 15th place, you know, damaged car at best to taking it up and inside the top 3. So it ended up working out for me good. I really wish I could have competed for the win, but I had nothing for Chad there at the end. But you know, I'm pretty happy about the result. I'm kind of shocked actually.
Yeah, we saw right after we talked to you, I believe we saw a little bit of cloud come over with about 15 to go on that. I think second to last restart. Did that change the cars any at all as far as that last little run, or was it pretty much the same as far as tightness?
Um, I think it changed it a little bit. We were able to dive it in there in entrance and have it stick a little bit better. But if anything, that didn't help me because you know, more grip for those other cars that didn't have as much damage really wasn't helping me out. So I was kind of rooting for loose and hot track.
Yeah, I absolutely understand when you lose that downforce. Definitely tricky when you're basically just burping the throttle to roll through the corner. Just real quickly, if you don't mind, tell me who you got. Thanks for getting that car out on track once again this week, and a quick summary of what you're looking for next week as we head to the All-Star race, doing a little bit something different next week.
Yeah, thank DoorDash, Domino's, Monster Energy on the car too. JKR putting the best equipment out there for us. Next, what are we at Kansas next? Or no, All Star race next week.
5 Flags, I believe it's at. So
Oh,
something
okay.
definitely different than what we've had for sure in the last couple of weeks.
I have no idea what to expect. I don't think I've raced there. But I'm gonna show up. I'm gonna get some practice in. I'm gonna, you know, hope to continue to compete as a top 5 car and hopefully go out there and get a win.
All right, Ethan, thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks at least.
All right, thank you. See you guys.
All right, now we can get Fur. Josh Fur, Justin Krasnowski up in the booth. You got me.
Yeah, I got you.
Well, I'm sure you're definitely disappointed with third place, but at the same time, I know it's probably a good thing to be disappointed with third. But we definitely saw up here that you probably had either the first or the second best car for a lot of the night. Unfortunately, some contact with the 64. Walk us through your night towards the front of the pack, and then what exactly happened off of turn 2 there.
Well, the car was pretty good, even on short runs, which is kind of different for me. But on the long run, the longer it went, the better it got. And I knew that was my only chance to get Chad, was that long run we had. So that caution was 20 to go. I knew probably was going to get him if I didn't beat him off pit road. And then we restarted 20 to go on the outside, and I knew if I let the 64 get around me, that was it. I was never going to get Chad no matter what. And I tried to hang on to his right rear corner, and yeah, I got walled. So
Yeah, do you think it was just a misjudgment by the 64, or just a mistake on his part to run you out of the racetrack, or what was your view of that? Because obviously he's going to probably disagree on what happened there.
I don't think it was on purpose, but I just wish he would have lifted because I was clearly there. But what are you gonna do? You know, what's done is done.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you think if you could have held the 64 out down there and cleared him eventually probably off of turn 4 on the outside, do you think you could have had something for Chad over that last little run, or do you think he was just too quick for that short of a run?
For the short run, I wasn't sure if I'd have anything unless he hit the apron or slipped. I mean, I was gonna try, but you know, I'm not sure I had anything for him on a short run like that.
Of course, who you got to thank tonight, Josh? Obviously, we see that 00 car up front more and more these last couple of weeks, and obviously putting yourself in a great position when it comes to this chase. Who do you got to thank this week for putting that car on track?
Well, first I gotta thank Vic for making this car for me. This Verve Ford Mustang. It's been really good lately. Been working hard lately, especially with NIS, and it's paying off and everything else I'm doing on iRacing. And I promised I'd do this. I gotta shout out my girlfriend because she watches this and hi. So
There you go. You always got to get the girlfriend in there. Of course, getting Vic in there is always great because then he can feel like he's proud of something because he's obviously not proud of me. I don't do anything around here. So I appreciate you stopping by, Josh, and we hope to talk to you next week.
all right, thank you.
Of course, you made his paint scheme. I'm shocked you made 3/4 of the field's paint schemes. I don't know anymore. All right, we're gonna talk to Chad here real quick. Chad Frankenfield, Justin Krasneski, you got me.
Yes, sir.
Well, you had to miss the Cup race at Dover today, but winning the race tonight after having a crash on that qualifying race is probably a pretty sweet consolation prize. Starting from the back and working your way up to the front, tell me what you kind of saw at your windshield and the other stuff that happened behind on the late restarts.
I didn't see much because I was able to get up front early, so I didn't really see a lot of the stuff going on behind. I know the way the set was with this fixed setup that iRacing has for Dover. Um, really hard to be around another car early in the run. So I can imagine just looking through some of these replays I'm going through now. A lot of it was just guys getting tight and not, given enough room. Um, But I was able to get out front, able to get JJ on pit road there. Um, it was weird. I don't know if there was like an arrow thing or, you could feel the car in front of you. But when I was behind him, I was losing time. But when I was in front of him, I was able to kind of manage the time better. So it was a good race. Obviously, it's awesome to win at, one of the 3 home tracks I have with Dover, Pocono. So it's a big win, and obviously it helps with the second half standings, and obviously 3 more playoff points is always big.
Of course, obviously you weren't locked in from the first half, but among the favorites, of course, being a past champion in the league, to make the chase and have a very strong chase when we get to that point. Next week we head to the All-Star race at Five Flags. Definitely something a little bit different from what we normally do, and certainly the past couple of weeks with the road course Talladega and then today here at Dover. What are you looking for personally as far as next week, and then from the league as a whole in putting on this event?
I'm just looking to have a good time, really. Just a good, clean race. It should be a fun one. Five Flags is a real cool track. There's going to be probably some beating, some banging. That's the way it is with an all-star race, and obviously any kind of super tight short track like that. But I'm just looking to have a good time with it. I know we're going to have a showdown, an all-star race, with the fan vote should be over here in a couple days. But other than that, I just want to thank JoinAPS. I want to thank Chris Jordan for sponsoring the event tonight. Thank 7 for broadcasting the series, and obviously some momentum going here.
Yeah, just quickly, if you don't mind, while we got some people watching here and obviously people interested in the Elite Racing Series, can you tell them real quickly how to sign up for next year, first of all, and then some of the other events we have going on with FTSS and the month of May Indianapolis events coming up?
Yeah, so this fall, obviously, we expanded the Cup Series, so that'll be Wednesdays at 9 o'clock. And then, obviously, the Xfinity Series on Monday. So all the information for those series are on our website, eliteracingleagues.com. This weekend, we have the Elite Indy Challenge, where we go to Lucas Oil Friday night with Pro Mazda and Sprint Cars, and then Saturday is the big day with the Formula 3s and the IndyCar at IMS. And then obviously starting this week, we have the 7 FTSS series kicking off Wednesdays at 9, which is obviously a fun series. So, we got lots of good stuff going on with Elite. It's unfortunate we had a race like we did tonight. I don't think we had a race like this all season. So hopefully guys can move on and keep cool heads going here in the next couple weeks.
Yeah, of course. I think that Indianapolis race next week is going to be on Sim TV. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yep. So Friday will be 7, and then Saturday will be Sim TV.
Okay, perfect. So, of course, we can always look forward to tuning into that. Real quickly, Chad. What did I do? Am I dead? Okay. Anyways, real quickly, Chad, if you'll tell us who you got to thank for getting that 15 car on track and putting in victory lane tonight at Dover.
Obviously, just want to thank everybody at Elite, just for doing everything they've been doing. But that being said, just thank you guys for broadcasting.
All right, thanks, Chad. Have a good one, and we thank you for stopping by. I hope to see you next week.
Yep. See you later.
Well, Vic, we had a little bit of everything tonight. We had great racing throughout the field, especially the mid-pack, as we've seen most of the season tonight. We had some tempers flare, a lot of contact in turn 2, and we even had a Joey Logano-style flip down the backstretch into turn 3. What did you think of tonight, and a little bit of what you think of looking forward to a crazy short track next week?
Yeah, I think like Chad said, I think like tonight doesn't really show how great the league is. It's we've had a bunch of caution-free races and clean races at that. So obviously, people. I mean, if you watch this, if you watch weekly, you know how clean the races always are, and Dover is just this is a product of Dover. What happened tonight, so I think that everybody can look forward to, seeing some great racing every other track that they go to as well. So
Yeah, I mean, sometimes we talked about we basically had a great string of races all the way back to I think Gateway to finale in the Truck Series last season. I don't think we've really had a messy race or even really a bad race for that far as the racing on track goes. And sometimes you just have that. And we had some good battles tonight, but we had a lot of guys that I think showed a little bit of impatience and perhaps a lack of practice. Obviously, this is a very difficult track, one of the more difficult ones in the schedule. So I think some people probably predicted this coming in, but still kind of a shame to see some guys have their nights ruined fairly early on. But obviously, next week everybody can kind of take a deep breath and race hard, but race mostly for fun next week at Five Flags. And I think hopefully that'll help reset for these last 7 or 8 weeks before we hit the chase to wrap up the season.
yeah, I think Five Flags next week. With the showdown and the All-Star race, I think both are going to be great races, and hopefully they're somewhat clean. I mean, Five Flags is a very, very, very tight quarters track and very short, so the chances of beating and banging are very high. And of course, turn one's a bit tricky.
Very tricky. Of course, we'll have to deal with that next week. Anything else we have to cover here tonight before we get out of here?
No, other than Wednesday, of course, Fun Truck Super Series at I don't know what time.
That's a good question. I have no idea. I think it's 8:30 or 8:30 Eastern time, so
Yeah,
7:30 our time.
But yeah, yeah. Either way, I'll be here. I think you're driving, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
Yeah, so I'll be here doing that, skipping fuel trucks, which is unfortunate, but.
Yeah, fuel, schmule.
Well, I mean, I'm second in points there, so.
Yeah, well, that just means everybody else is trash. So I mean,
I don't know. Either way, well, I mean, if you're calling Brandon Key trash, then so.
Brandon Key is trash. He is the worst driver on JKR. He's even worse than I am.
Anyway, not the point.
Okay,
And of course,
we'll wrap it up.
as Chad had made reference to Friday night as well, I'll be here broadcasting. So 3 broadcasts this week, or actually 4, I think, because tonight, Fun Trucks, and then there's 2 broadcasts on Friday. So yeah, either we'll see you. I'll see you guys then. I don't know when I'll see you next, Justin, but
Probably Christmas.
Okay, fair enough.
We'll go with it. All right. I think we'll wrap it up here tonight. Obviously, thanks to Double 7 Productions for putting on this, Vic, all the work you do. Thanks to Chris and everybody at JoinAPS for being a league sponsor. Chad and all the rest of the admins for putting on the league, all the drivers for coming out tonight, all the viewers for stopping by and watching the race tonight. I hope you all enjoyed it. For Vic Bloom, I'm Justin Krasneski with Double 7 Productions. We will see you all next time out.